I was on the phone with my friend Megan, planning to go to the movies later. Megan was such a kind person. Everyone kept saying we should get together, which I wouldn't mind, but she didn't feel the same way. I really liked her, a lot. Of all the girls I've met, she's the one I like most. We could talk for hours about nothing and still have plenty to say. We shared the same interests, the same music taste, and neither of us played sports. It was like we were related. Yet, she just wasn't attracted to me. I don't get it. I'm not ugly, if you're wondering. I'm tall, with dirty blonde hair and green eyes, not very athletic, but reasonably good-looking. Megan was a cute brunette, really charming. Anyway, back to the movies. Who should we invite? I asked. I'm not sure. Brooke and Ben for sure. And if Brooke comes, Andrew has to come too. Of course, they might be making out the whole movie, but what can you do? Megan replied. Good point. Should we ask Amber and Sophie? Yeah, they'd want to see it, she said. All right, it's settled. I'll call Ben. See you there, I said. Okay, bye. I pulled up at Ben's house to pick him up. Too lazy to get out, I just honked a couple times. Having a car was awesome. I just turned 16 last week and was loving the freedom. I heard a door slam and saw Ben running toward the car. He jumped in and I said, about time. What took so long? Had to get some money from my mom, he replied. So, who's coming to the movie? Me, Brooke, Megan, Andrew, Sophie, Amber, and you. Oh man, Brooke is coming? She really gets on my nerves. Always crying for attention. Drives me nuts, he complained. Quit whining. You know Brooke and Megan are best friends. What do you want me to do? So, are you making your move on Megan today? He asked with a goofy grin. No. You guys need to drop it. She's not interested. Get over it. Okay, whatever, he said. We arrived at the theater. Sophie, Amber, Brooke, Megan, and Andrew were waiting by the door. Andrew and Brooke were kissing, of course. I didn't get what Andrew saw in Brooke, she was a bit chubby and always whining. Ben said Andrew must be desperate to date anyone. Sophie sat next to them, a cute brunette. I might have dated her, but I was too focused on Megan. Amber sat beside Megan. Amber was Ben's ex, short, red-headed, and freckled. I didn't find her attractive, but Ben saw something. Despite the breakup, they got along fine. It's about time you guys showed up. We've been waiting 15 minutes, Megan said. Oh, poor you, I teased. I think you'll survive. Bad news, guess who else is here? Megan said. No idea, who? Brandon and Jared, she muttered. Great. Brandon and Jared were the biggest jerks I knew. Megan used to date Brandon, but they broke up about a year ago. I never understood why she dated him. Now she hated him as much as I did. Those two were immature, always making crude jokes and acting like fools. Just great. Hope they don't sit near us, I said. We bought our tickets and headed inside to find our seats near the back. With only 5 minutes before the movie started, we sat and chatted. Of course, Brandon and Jared ended up right behind us. Perfect. Brandon took the seat behind Megan, and Jared sat behind me. Brandon leaned forward and whispered, Hey babe, missed me? Not at all. Get away from me, Megan snapped. Sorry, babe, he muttered. Then, to be annoying, he flicked Sophie's ear. She kept telling him to stop, but he ignored her. The lights dimmed, and the movie began, but Brandon and Jared kept whispering. I wish there was some way to make them quiet. Then everything shifted. Suddenly, I felt icy cold. Screams echoed throughout the theater. What was happening? I looked around, but Megan wasn't in her seat. Instead, Sophie was sitting there, staring at herself and running her hands down her body. What was wrong with her? Sophie, are you okay? I asked, my voice coming out strange and high-pitched. I covered my mouth and stared at my hand. It was darker and nicely tanned. My nails were painted. Why? The theater lights came back on. Sophie was crying. From behind me, I heard more sobbing, this time a man's voice. I turned right and saw something I couldn't believe, my own body, sitting there and crying uncontrollably. But how? I looked down at myself. I had chests and wore a tight white t-shirt clinging to my chest. I realized I was in Megan's body. Holy crap. I stood up and scanned the theater. People screamed, amazed at their new bodies, some even touching themselves. This was a nightmare. I sat back down, trying to calm whoever was in my body. Listen, it's going to be okay. Who are you? I'm Megan. Somehow I'm in Alex's body, she stammered. Then she saw me and gasped. Oh my God, that's me. Yeah, Megan, it's me, Alex. Somehow, we all switched bodies. No idea why, I explained. This is insane, she cried, breaking down again. I needed to figure out who everyone else was. I asked Sophie, who are you? I'm Jared. Can't believe this is real, he said, massaging his chests. Feels nice. Guess Jared got what he deserved. Behind me, the bodies of Jared and Brandon caught my eye. Attractive blonde women approached Brandon's body, shaking it and yelling, "Give me back my body, damn it." I guessed Brandon was trapped inside that blonde. Damn, she was hot. Then I remembered Ben, Sophie, Amber, Andrew, and Brooke. Ben and Brooke had switched bodies, ironic since they couldn't stand each other. Amber was stuck in Jared's body, poor Amber. Andrew had become a 20-year-old brunette woman, even more attractive than Brandon looked now. Andrew seemed to enjoy his new form. Brooke, trapped in Ben's body, was crying. Andrew sat beside her, trying to comfort her. It almost made me tear up. Suddenly, I felt a tug on my tight jeans. A little boy, about 6 years old, looked up at me. "Megan, look." "I'm a little boy," he cried. "I'm Alex." "Who are you?" "I'm Sophie." "Alex, is that really you?" She jumped into my lap and hugged me. "I can't believe this either," I said, holding her. I noticed Megan had finally settled down and was inspecting my body, lifting her pants and looking down. I smacked her on the back of the head. "Hands off!" I yelled. "Sorry, it's just, this is amazing. Being a guy, I mean. I'm surprised I'm handling this well. I thought I'd go crazy if I became a girl. But I'm mostly trying to keep everyone calm," I said. "Good call. We better get out of here." "People are losing it," Megan said. "Agreed. Let's find the others." Megan called out, "Brooke, Ben, Amber, Andrew, let's go, quickly." They stood and followed. I carried Sophie with me. What a day! When we all got outside, we sat down. Everything felt overwhelming. "Is everyone okay?" I asked. No one answered. They just stared at the ground, some quietly crying. The only one as composed as me was Megan. She seemed comfortable in my body. Since the others were still shocked, I decided to give them some space. I asked Megan if she wanted to go somewhere to talk. She agreed. "Okay, we'll be right back." "You all stay here," I said. No one looked up. Brooke was still sobbing over being stuck in Ben's body, and Andrew sat beside her, hugging her gently. Megan took my hand, and we walked away. We found a quiet spot behind the theater to talk. I'm surprised you're handling this so well, considering you're stuck with my face, I joked. Alex, if I had to switch with anyone, it would be you, she said. Really? But I thought you weren't attracted to me, I replied. What? I am. You're one of the cutest guys I know, she explained. Then why did you turn me down when I asked you out years ago? She looked down, silent for a moment. Because I care about you too much. I think we'd be great together, but relationships don't always last. Look at me and Brandon. We barely even look at each other anymore. He became just that guy, the one I dated and never talked to again. I didn't want that to happen to us. I care about you so much that if we broke up, it would destroy me. So I thought staying friends was safer. I couldn't believe what I'd just heard. All this time, she actually cared about me. Tears came without warning, I hadn't cried in ages. Megan put her arm around me. You really liked me all along? I can't believe this. Megan, I love you so much. I love you too, Alex, she said softly. She lifted my chin and kissed me. I was kissing myself. What a strange day. But honestly, I was starting to like it, really like it. I'd always dreamed of kissing Megan, just never thought it'd be like this, in each other's bodies. How ironic. We finally broke apart. You don't know how long I've waited for that, I whispered. Me too, she said. We stood and walked back to the others. They seemed calmer. You guys okay? I asked. Brooke spoke first, I'm feeling a little better. Me too, Ben added. Amber, stuck in Jared's body, joked, I'm such a fat ass now. We all laughed. Andrew grinned, clearly enjoying his new form. I think I could get used to being this sexy, he said. Ben glanced at Megan and me oddly. Why are you two holding hands? Megan and I just smiled at each other. We knew we were finally together. I knew those two would end up together, Ben said with a grin, and Brooke smiled too. I just knew it. Don't forget to join me on Patreon for exclusive content.